Hey, what's going on, guys? Anyone who's tuning in live here and also on YouTube afterwards, this is the finals of our weekly Weiss tournament for September 6th. On our first feature match today, we have the Bar Door Saekano deck versus Grisaia on Door Gate.
That one.
And then on our backup, we have a very spicy Kantai deck that you guys might have seen if you tuned in last week. Versus very traditional Priestess Goblin Slayer. So we're going to pop on down to our main feature match, which is our Grisaia player, who has come up here undefeated, versus our also undefeated Saekano player.
Yep.
Two decks that you're probably familiar with if you play competitive Japanese Weiss.
Yep.
It's going to be, I don't know that either of these decks particularly interacts with each other much at all. So there's going to be a lot of turning things sideways and resolving climax combos, but not a whole lot of interaction between players.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter how much Grisaia tries to interact with Saekano. It just doesn't matter.
Right, for sure. Yeah, they're both like pretty one-sided, right?
They are, for sure.
The hope is that the Grisaia player can hit level 3 first.
Sure.
To stock swap the 6 stock or whatever that they're saving for Kato.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Players taking mulligans here. I'm not sure who won the first turn, but we will see shortly.
I think Grisaia is going first, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it looks like Grisaia is going first here. So they're just going to play the that's the on reverse send a memory anti-heal.
Yep.
Which we talked about a little bit earlier in our tournament, but for anyone just joining us or watching the VOD later, the anti-heal is pay 1, on reverse, pay 1, send a memory, and then anytime a player would heal, they must discard a card, otherwise they take the top card of their clock or top card of their deck and put it into their clock. So it's a little bit worse than the traditional pay 2 anti-heal, I think, but it does stack very well.
Yep.
If you have to discard 3 or whatever to heal 1, it's pretty bad. So it looks like our Saekano player is tri-fielding here. I'm not sure the attack order. It looks like there was just a side by this Utaha. Yeah, if she attacks last, she should be bigger. Especially the error he gives 1k on play, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So that would make Utaha like a 4 or 5. Which is definitely bigger, but doesn't really matter here. Looks like the tri-field is going to be returned in kind.
Maybe he didn't want a side to just not, I don't know, memory compress.
I'm not sure here. It's hard to see what these triggers are, but it looks like it's just pings for 1s.
That last one was 2, but it canceled.
It looks like he's getting all of the reverses here. Oh, he's siding those 2. Smart plays by Grisaia. He's going to front the Utaha and then side the other 2 lanes, so as not to give the Saekano player an opportunity to use that Utaha's effect, which is when one of your other characters is front attacked, you may pay 1, send her to memory to bounce that front attacked character. So he's just denying the memory compression here from Saekano, which is a good play in theory, I think. But I do think it's very hard to keep this deck from doing what it's doing, so you might just be hurting yourself in the long run by playing around it so much. Because, Saekano only really needs their memory compression by the time they hit level 3, and you're definitely going to have enough opportunities as the Saekano player to do that.
Interesting. This is spicy.
It looks like he's going to, play a bar here? It looked like he was going to play a climax. That seems pretty
No, I think he was
loose.
thinking about playing the Brainstormer in the back.
Sure.
Which makes more sense to me. And bounce, sure. That's interesting because it denies 2
yeah, for
2
sure.
reverses.
He's going to deny 2 reverses here. So he's going to get the 1 off here. So yeah, again, our Grisaia player not really being punished for his play here, because he does get both of his blue zeros there off the board. So he's not really getting punished here for the tri-field. These sort of memory decks play very interestingly against each other. This sort of like cat and mouse game of trying to keep your opponent from memory compressing too much. But eventually it will get to a point where there's not a whole lot that either player can do to stop the compression game. Especially now that our Grisaia players hit level 1, he's going to start popping off some feeding events. He's looking through his graveyard here, possibly looking for a salvage target for feeding, or if he's a giant brain, he's counting zeros in his deck to try to see if he can somewhat confirm the free stock off feeding.
How gigantic?
I think Austin's brain is pretty large, so I think that's the play here. Yeah, it looks like he's milling through his deck a little bit. It looks like he's hit 2 climaxes in the top 4, so again now I think he's counting zeros to see how likely it is for this feeding event to generate him a free stock. So he's going to go for it. Let's see if his big brain worked out. He's going to get salvage. So the feeding event is it's a 1/1 that says on play you salvage it, salvage a character, you send to memory, and then you check the top card of your deck, and if it is a level 0 character, it goes to stock. Looks like he missed on that first one, unfortunately.
Yep. Then he did another mill 2. Is there another feeding event in this hand?
Yeah, so he milled 2, and he can play the if he wanted to, he could play the bond for it here, but that would require him to like overplay, and that's probably not worth it. So he's just gonna wait until next turn to do some more feeding. But he is gonna get to resolve his climax combo here, which is on play of the climax. He gets to search or salvage a copy of the red event for each of the climax combo that he has on board. So he's going to grab 2 from his waiting room because he's fairly certain that he knows the rest of his deck.
I wonder if she has to be on front row.
I believe so.
Yeah. That'd be sick if it was
He's
like Toka from Data Library. You could do it in the back row.
So he did trigger a door there, which was pretty unfortunate. Both players not fanning their stock for the camera.
No.
Oh, there he goes. That's my boy. All right. So, looks like we're passing over to our Saekano player now. All right. So looks like our Saekano player is at 1-2 here. I guess they were
sided again.
It's an interesting way to play against this deck. I think it's, I don't know. I think giving your
the side there, I don't know if I necessarily agree with because he's just going to crash it.
Well, he has the two blue zeros in the back row, so he gets to bounce 2 of his characters here, which he's very likely going to do. I just don't know if the long game of giving your opponent like 2 pluses 3 turns in a row is actually worth it.
Sure.
Because like they already have what two cards in memory here. They only need 4 total. So like if you're trying to deny them of their condition, you're like definitely not going to get there. Like the long game is that you're denying them an amount of memory compression, so that they're not.
I guess he is straight up denying him like drop searches.
Sure. Yeah. Like, so maybe it's making his deck a little bit less consistent to find his Katos here, and he is brainstorming.
He brainstorms. He hits 1 on search.
So it's possible that he doesn't have the Katos here. We do know for a fact.
I think he has 2 in his hand.
We know for a fact he has a gold bar. But like that's the thing, though. He doesn't necessarily need the Katos here because he's +2 on board 3 turns in a row. So like if he just
doesn't have one on his deck.
If he just like plays a character here, like in the center, and just goes to battle,
right? I think that's what he's doing. He's grabbing
he just like gets 3 free attacks. I don't know. It seems dubious.
I suppose if it was me, I probably would have grabbed the Utaha bounce that was in his deck.
Yeah,
and swung with that in the middle lane.
Should be big enough, yeah.
Yeah, because it'll get big enough for that
It's a 2K in the center.
Double dip in the brainstorm. What a spicer!
Is he gonna get rewarded?
I think he's clean here, so I think
so
he's just trying to get
the mill 4, yeah. The pay 1 mill 4 strong effects.
Because he's got 4 left in his deck, and I think it's all clean.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those hands confirmed what I assumed.
So he has 4 cards in deck. So if he had the Kato here, he did have perfect attacks to put the Climax back in his deck. So he might just play the 2 Katos to put that Brainstorm back, or put that Climax rather back into his deck.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, he's gonna represent bigger here, but Austin, our Grisaia player, is very clearly just going to bounce his level 1 combo to his hand. With those blue back rows, yep. And pay 1 send a memory to bounce. It's going to be an attack for 2.
Big Kato doesn't really care, but
He's going to crash in here in the middle. He's only 1/5, so it should be smaller. For 3.
On reverse, he
Ouch.
has the chance to do a drop search, but I don't know if he wants to.
Sometimes
Actually, that
you
hand kinda
play
looks-
well and get punished anyway.
That hand kind of looks like not great, so I would do it if I was him, but
Yeah, I think you just like always want to do it, right? It's very
But, like,
very seldom do you want to pass on your
if
drop
you-
search here.
if you he's only got 2 cards left in his deck, so it's perfect to leave one
Oh,
clean.
sure. So yeah, then the climax doesn't get shuffled.
Correct.
That's a fair point. So yeah, maybe you just pass it. That's a fair point. We did do that math, and then I immediately forgot
And
about
then-
it.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, he chooses to shuffle in an extra climax, and that seems
I
reasonable.
think that's correct. Yeah. All right. I think I just heard shuffling back 6. Not sure if that's correct information, but
Yeah.
sad if true.
It's they're playing a long ways away, so like hard to hear.
It's not big if true. It is sad if true. So it's gonna be the 2. Here's this
Here's the
refresh.
climax? No.
All right, we're safe. Don't damn the man like that. He has kept this level 0 on reverse anti-heal in play this whole game. I think
Yeah,
he's just been moving it around,
I
or
don't think he
bouncing
did.
it to hand, and
I don't think he did any of those things. I'm pretty sure he played it in the middle, and it's just survived.
Yeah,
I don't think it's even moved.
like I said, this cat and mouse game between these two memory compression decks is very
Interesting.
to watch. So he's going to go ahead and play the event here. The event, for anyone unaware, is mill 2, and then salvage a character whose level is equal or less to the combined level of the 2 milled cards.
He hit climax.
He hit climax. So
Oh, that's rough. So
it
he gets a
doesn't.
0?
It doesn't technically go negative if you have a 0 in your waiting room, but he didn't.
I don't think he
'cause
does. Yeah.
He's very fresh waiting room here. Yeah, so he did go 6
That's a
back
rough
in,
one.
but now he's out 3. Yeah, he's out 4 total.
Oh no,
So he's 4 in right now.
that's not good.
Well, he's gonna see if he can pull this one out.
Looks like Saekano has.
So, unfortunately, it looks like he has access to his level 1 combo again, but he does not have the door.
Wait, did Saekano cancel? Oh, they're clean. I think he canceled.
Yeah, he might have had 1 in.
Yeah.
Maybe he was
Maybe he just
actually
forgot.
trying to double dip with that brainstorm.
Yeah.
It looks like he's canceling here, and he did keep that climax out in resolution. Smile.
Interesting.
All right, so a direct here for 2. It looks like. Oh, 3 it was. It sticks. Okay, we're making up the deficit here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. So because you double dip the brainstorm, because if you whiff, it takes clean off your deck, and then you have a better chance of triggering the bar because he knows it's a bar,
Right,
and he wants
sure.
more bars.
And he wants more bars in his hand, sure. All right, so looks like our Saekano player is going up to level 2 here. Austin instinctively piled his stock again,
Yeah, well, that's fine.
but he'll have a
got a
revelation at some point.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help, All right.
So it looks like he's running both the. I think he's running a brainstorm split,
Sure.
and I think he's also running the early play Kanto from set 1, which is just like an early play healer.
So in a strange turn of events here, our Saekano player's hand is not looking fantastic.
Nope.
He does have access to his Katos, but Kato is literally a card with no text without her climax combos. So
Yep. She's
okay.
6K.
What on earth is this card?
Clock from hand, or clock from hand. Look at top 3, pick 1.
That seems
Is what it looks like from what just the effect is. I've literally never
Medium.
seen that card before.
Well, I guess you don't have a Ricky, right, in Saekano? So this like sort of solves the Ricky effect, but I don't think that particularly matters.
No.
But it did allow him to find his bar here, so it is going to make this turn pretty good for him. He can attempt to dip with a brainstorm here to find a 3rd copy, or just push the drop search up. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna play this brainstorm, probably change it into a 2-1, or at least he was looking for a target here. Okay, so he's gonna go ahead and brainstorm and see if he can find the 2-1 target for the change, And
I think
maybe
he has
maybe
one.
find a Kato along the way. So he did hit here. I don't know if he wants to.
It's search.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I think
he's
he's
doing.
just checking his graveyard here.
confused.
I don't know if he wants to get another copy of level 1 Kato because that's sort of
Gets the early play.
yeah, like the level 1 Kato here like breaks even, which is pretty bad, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So he's just gonna pick up the early play. I don't think he wants to play that either, though.
No,
I think early plays in this deck are like pretty bad.
I don't run it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like really don't need anything in this deck other than
Right.
the 8 cards
Yeah,
that
I
have
find
text.
myself. I find myself spending literally all of my stock on memory plussing events.
Right,
Or,
other than the
effects.
like 5 that
Other
you
than
need.
the 5 that you
Yeah.
need for the end. So it's just like
It just doesn't matter most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like look at our Saekano player here, right? They're down to 2 stock.
yeah. I mean, he's gonna swing back up to 5.
Yeah,
so,
he's
like,
gonna
it's
go up to
fine.
5, but it leaves him no options, right? So like if he goes into his turn at level 3, but also in a bad deck state, he just can't do anything about it,
Correct.
which is unfortunate to say the least. But you know, hopefully it'll just work out. Much like every Saekano player's dream, you just kind of hope that the deck plays itself. Yeah, he's going to send the 1/0 Brainstorm to memory to put the 2/1 level assist into play
Yeah.
behind his.
So he's dropped down below the fabled 5 stock, which is not something that I like.
Now,
to
I
do.
can't tell if there's an anti-change counter in Austin's hand here, but
I don't know what the anti-change counter
we'll see how Saekano wants to play around this.
in Grisaia looks like. So I could not
It
tell.
looks like he's thinking here. He's going to go for the front. Looks like the greed was rewarded. No anti-change counter here,
It
but
does cancel it.
triggers a bar for 2.
Big bar.
Cancels on 1.
Pay
Grisaia
out-
player
pay out that dubious
coming back
stock.
to life.
Yep. Pays out the stock just in case. It's
And
not
now we did finally send the anti-heal to memory, and that is
it's dead.
that is relevant text against Saekano,
Sure is.
because their finisher Kato does heal on play.
She sure does.
So
Heals on play from hand or from the
or from the effect of the 2/1. It's going to be tough though because Saekano's not going to have the hand size to actually get those heals. So if Austin can push enough damage into the Saekano player to make those heals actually mean something, that'll be pretty good for him.
Yeah, for sure.
But at current, he is sitting behind by 4 damage. Granted, it is his turn, so he's hopefully going to get to make that up. But it's an uphill battle here, so he's going to go ahead and feed. We all love a feeder.
Those Saekano's board is also
Oh, did he miss
Considerably large.
the reveal here?
he might have.
I don't know if he missed the reveal to get stocked there, or maybe he just knew what his top card was. But he's just gonna go to battle here.
All right. Looks like that card in the back row there that he moved up to swing was a bottom deck early play bomb. So
Sweet.
he did in fact bottom deck that Kato. Saying that Kato makes no sense because
Yeah,
it's
they're all
double deck.
Kato for sure. You know that Kato.
You know that one.
Yeah, for sure.
That one Kato.
Well, I'm not sure what our Grisaia player's deck state is looking like. He did cancel twice last turn and then mill over a
So there-
third one.
It looks like there are 3 of the finisher Kato in his waiting room. So
Hate
that
to
means
see
there's
it.
probably 1 left in his deck, and he's gonna try to find it right now. I assume, because I think he has swings regardless. He's just trying to
Yeah,
set up
he
that
for
swing.
sure still has the 3 level 1 Katos in his hand, at the very least, if he needs to punch. Down to 5 cards in the library.
Yeah. Going to
Austin's
take
gonna go ahead and shuffle the anti-heal to the top of his memory, just in case his opponent forgets about it. Nice guy, Austin. Making sure his opponent doesn't forget that they can't heal profitably anymore.
Yep. Yeah, unless he
Alright.
had another copy of his early play healer, I don't think he's healing anyways.
Not their first rodeo. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and play triple Kato in a bar here. But you see, here's the issue that sometimes you can see second players run into is Their level 1 combo pluses very consistently, but it only ever pluses itself, so it's very hard to fix your hand if you're not actively spending resources to do it. So, like, last turn he spent those 2 stock to play his early play, which I guess essentially got him 1 soul damage, but didn't really do anything to help fix his hand.
So this is a bit of a...
So he's looking a little grim here.
This is a bit of a problem because he has both of the 2/1 level assists in the back row, which could change into the Katos.
Right, but he's gonna
those Katos are
refresh.
about to shuffle back into his deck, so they will not be there.
So he's going to need to find them one way or the other, either into his hand or into his waiting room.
And now that he's changed his...
He did just trigger a door, though.
Oh, so he gets 1.
So he does get 1 back. What happened here? I'm unsure what's happening here.
So that Uchiha is an Uchiha from level 1 that I don't play, so I don't actually know what it does. It might be on reverse.
It's on reverse. It's on reverse clock top salvage is what it looks like he did, and he clocked a door from the top.
And send self to memory.
Yeah,
it's a
for
Saekano
sure.
card.
That was a bit of an odd choice.
It was a bit of an odd choice.
No, I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. I think the Saekano player here is giving himself every chance he can to die. Yeah.
To be fair, he's got like a 5 damage advantage, so like it's still not grim.
Yeah, but the problem here is, I don't know how many cards are in his deck. But it is
memory compression.
It's not a lot. And a Grisaia player here can make the inference based on the very few cards in his deck and the virtually face-up stock, right? Because most of it was generated this turn.
Yep.
He can make the inference of how many climaxes are in what locations.
Sure.
Which informs him for his level 3 combo that has a stock swap built in. So he's going to get to use this stock swap to the best of its ability, provided that he can find the gate. But it looks like is that the door in his hand or is that the gate? It's very hard for me to tell. I think that's the door in his hand.
It's the door. It's definitely red.
Oh, but he has this. This card's a pay 1 ditch climax, salvage climax, I believe.
Sick. I hope that's
or is it
the case.
search? It's one of those, I believe. Unless I'm misremembering. We'll see.
I think he's brainstorming currently.
He's currently brainstorming. I thought it was this card in the middle here, the blue one, but it might be on play, and he's had it in play since last turn. I don't know that it's an act ability. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh,
To
this
be fair,
is
I like
rough.
this. No, I like this play because there's a conceivable chance that he doesn't knock him to.
Well, yeah, it depends what his deck state is.
I think Saekano's still 1 in.
Yeah, but if he's 1 in here, he cancels, and then either of these attacks for 2 send him to 3, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I think it's pretty likely that your Saekano player is at 3 here. Yeah, so he was 1 in. So, yeah, like, if this sticks, he guaranteed goes to level 3, and that makes it really tough here.
Yeah, I suppose there's an argument to just not play the climax and just slam.
Well, you can't even crash board because he Kato'd that turn, right?
Right.
So, like, you can't even crash your board to take things off the board
For the reverse.
for the level 3 Kato.
Correct. That's why the deck is so good.
So it puts him in a very tough position.
and that's
like,
another reason why I don't necessarily like. Oh, cancels it.
like,
oh no.
I think the only option here is if he had like the like several copies of the blue level 0 that bounces, because that does get around Saekano's multiple lines of text.
Okay, so he triple canceled, but
Okay.
okay.
But like we know that he has I think he has the on play
He doesn't have stock.
clock from hand in his hand, so he can send himself to 3 if he wants. Well, yeah, this is the problem that I mentioned earlier. Is like he spent so many of his resources looping his combo and playing
No, he doesn't.
ancillary effects that
Yeah.
he's short on stock now.
Correct. Yeah, that's why I don't like the.
Granted, like
early
if he had 2 targets for the 2/1s to change into, he would
Right,
be fine.
sick.
Because that would be exactly 4 stock
Correct.
to get his 3
but
Katos, but he for sure
he also
doesn't because he
have
just refreshed.
He also certainly doesn't have a door because there's one in his waiting room and there's two in his clock.
Right.
I think there's only one in his waiting room.
He doesn't even get the heal here. He's gonna clock.
He's gonna clock.
I think he assumes if he's not killing his opponent that he's dead.
I think he probably clocks there just to hope that he finds his last door. Gives him another chance. He's got to hope that he's got to hope that he lives here. He swings in, he lives here, and then he like I guess he could play for the kill. He has to stick 4.
Yeah, like I think he has to here.
Problem is he doesn't.
Is he gonna 1/1/1 here?
Yeah, he can't.
I think you just have to like play the Katos, right?
He's not a 3.
Oh shit! Right, he didn't send himself to 3.
Yeah, I don't think he can. I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't have the.
So never mind. Yeah, he just has to swing 1/1/1 here and hope for triggers and no cancels. This is a line to victory, but a dubious one. There's a trigger. That sucks. So representing lethal
double
here.
Double 1 for lethal. First one triggers the last door in his deck.
Okay, so he needs a trigger here for cancel, or a trigger here for lethal because Austin did cancel that on 1. Triggers here?
Trigger for lethal? Trigger for lethal? Trigger for lethal?
No trigger, just takes 1.
Alright, can't clock, but and his hand is just 2 of the level 1 event.
Level 1 event is strong though.
No?
He drew a door, which is not the worst.
Not the worst, not the
He's
best.
gonna count cards in his deck. I think he really needs to like. So if he can realistically hit the brainstorm here, that's like an easy route to just get a healer so he doesn't die. If not, he's gonna have to mise with these events and hope that he hits total level 3. So that's not a good start. That is 0. He can get back that, I guess, which can bond for feeding. So you're going to use the bond here? Yeah, so he's going to discard the event to bond for feeding.
So you'd rather feeding
and then he's going to use the feeding to get back a healer, sure.
That tracks. No, he's not that close to
I don't know if he has any shenanigans here. I thought he had an on-play climax ditch, which would be very good. He does hit on the
brainstorm. Hits 1. It's a search. That's a yep. I believe that is
Gets
a
the bomb.
1/1.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna go feeding here. If you could get the, I don't know if he has the climax ditch here. Yeah, he's just gonna get the healer. Healer, he's going to discard the 1/1 to heal the stock. Oh, he's going to discard the door, actually. Okay.
He's about to refresh, so that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, he doesn't have a gate here, which is unfortunate.
Like if for whatever reason he doesn't kill his opponent here, he has to... oh, there's the door.
He does have to do an amount of damage here. Yeah, that's going to make it tough. Yeah, so he statistically can't kill his opponent here, because this is going to be 5 damage, 6 with the refresh. Yeah, so it just doesn't matter here.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, that looks like it's probably curtains for our Grisaia player, but we'll see if we can pull it out.
Yeah.
He's gonna literally go to 3/6.
I agree with the discarding the door there though, because it shuffles one back in, and I think your only hope here is to triple cancel.
Yeah. Yeah, you were technically representing lethal if you stuck all 8, but. Well, so it's gonna be a tough one. His hope here is he sort of just has to hope that his opponent doesn't find door, because if his opponent doesn't find door,
he sure didn't.
He has the very likely gamer out of cancel on 1 3 times.
Sure.
Which is dubious, but it's better than canceling 6 times, which is what he'll have to do if his opponent finds the door here. Alright. There it is.
Hey, figured it out.
There's 3 doors in rating room, 1 in stock that just paid out. Yep. So
that tracks.
Either
way, he has no way.
Is he discarding to heal here? I think you just attack for 1 3 times, right?
He's just playing healers.
Yeah, but healers don't do anything. He has to like discard for all of his healers. Like, I guess it's fine. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't do anything else, you
Yeah.
might as well.
He's going to put another Kato into play, I guess.
You got it.
He's not swinging for twos here, right? Like, there's no way. Why would we do this? Why are we not swinging for ones?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, neither player resolved a climax combo that whole game. And I don't know. But
That's not true. Saekano resolved his level 1, but yeah.
well, sure, yeah. I mean a finisher.
A
combo,
finisher,
right?
yeah.
All right, so thank you guys for watching. That was our feature
Yep.
match for our round 4 finals here at our weekly Weiss tournament. Of course, if you guys enjoyed the show and are watching this live, we appreciate you. If you are watching this finals that is cut out after the stream is over, you can find the full VOD if you want to watch it in a playlist on our channel. As well as other content and stuff that we do if you guys want to check that out. Of course, as always, our stream is brought to you by the lovely folks at the Compound Network. They provide all of our equipment and our stream setup and our place to play Weiss, so we very much appreciate them. We hope that you guys will go check them out. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next week.
Yep, thanks.